Here we go.
Okay, so you will need lightweight. I think actually that's it. I don't think we need a band for anything today, really. I think it's just a lightweight.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, first exercise then. If you start lying on your back, roll your knees from side to side.
I'll get this on mute.
What a beautiful morning. God, it makes it so much easier when it's sunny like this. So rolling from side to side. We'll go for a full minute of these. Let's get some timing devices going again. So if your lower back's a bit stiff, shoulders a bit tight, you might not be able to get your knees all the way over to the ground. So just slowly work on rolling your knees a bit further as you go. You can push your opposite shoulder down as well. That might help to stretch out just in your chest a little bit too. Do about another 15 seconds. Okay, one more to each side. And then bring your head up into your hands. One leg straight, one leg bent. And just do some straight leg kicks. So if your hamstrings are tight, you may find that you need a bit of time just to work into keep getting this kick high, but try and keep your leg as straight as possible. My hamstrings are very tight today, that's quite hard. And then keep going, do a couple more kicks. And then change sides. So again, just slowly working on increasing this kick as we go through, trying to keep your leg as straight as you can. Keep going, a few more kicks. And then both feet down to the ground. Bridge, arms down by your side. Keep your feet fairly close in towards your bum. Hips up nice and high. Roll down to the floor. Push up, roll down. Okay.
I always forget to start this stopwatch. There we go. It's better.
Keep going with the bridge. We're going to do about another 20 seconds. And like the kicks and the rolls from side to side, just gradually work on increasing your range of movement as you warm up. Last few seconds, just do one more. And then roll onto your side. So you can either rest on your elbow, or you can lie all the way down onto the floor, whatever feels more comfortable. Lower leg slightly bent underneath you for support, and you're going to kick your top leg up and down. So you don't let your foot hit the floor, but you're going to kick up your leg to full extension. And I've got a slightly quicker upward kick and slightly slower return down to the floor. So you should feel a little bit of a stretch in your inner thigh, and also for the outside of your leg working to warm up. 5 more seconds. Good, and then roll over other side. So again, leg bent underneath you for support. Kick that leg up and return slowly to the floor. And keep going. A few more seconds. And then roll onto your front. So on all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under your hips, one leg straight out behind you, and you're going to kick straight leg up and down. So normally when we're doing a movement in this position, I talk a lot about not letting your foot come any higher than your bum, but actually you can let your foot come higher on this one, just to increase the range of movement you've got going on with this kick. And then change sides. So try and keep your leg as straight as possible, but if it does bend a little bit, don't worry too much. As long as you can feel your glutes working, warming up a little bit, that's what you want. Keep going. Just do one more. Good, and then walking up to stand. So you're going to do some bent leg walkouts now. So start with your arms reached up nice and high, and then slowly walk out into a straight arm plank, bending your legs to walk back up again, stretching up nice and high. So definitely do these with straight legs. I need to take a layer off already. I'm just going to turn the heater off in here quite a while ago, I think. Keep going. So bending your legs, walking in straight arm plank. You're not holding that plank, you're just getting to full extension. And then back down again. And when you push off from the floor, try and push off using a different hand each time. Keep going. Good. So when you get down onto the floor with this last walkout, stay down. So you drop both knees to the floor, put one foot forward, other hand down, try and get a little bit of a push across your hip, and then go for some thoracic rotations, nice and steady. Keep pushing that hand through, reaching around, look at your hand if you can. And then change sides. And then keep going. Let's go for one more. And then slowly come up to stand. We're going to do some step backs now. So crouched over, arms held to chest, keep your core braced. Go for that step back. Nice light tap forward and back. Try and tap the floor silently. Pardon me. Keep going. And then change sides. Keep going. 15 more seconds. Can't look around and do this early in the morning. Wobble all over the place. Do one more. And then walk back down onto the floor. We're going to do some half straight arm plank. Little hand tap. So bum tucked under, core braced. Just go for little hand taps. You're rocking from side to side. So normally I'd say when you do this, really work on bracing your core so you're not letting yourself move. But actually, just let yourself rock from side to side doing this. Just make sure that your shoulder stays directly over your hand all the time. Protect your shoulder joint. Almost there. 2, 1, done. And I want you to push up into pike. So bum high in the air and dip alternate leg to the floor to mobilize your calves. Do a few more of those. And then you can just walk yourself up to stand. Nice and slowly. And then you're going to finish off with just some little, in a squat position, it's going to do some hand punches. So not a low squat. Think about pushing your weight back so your bum's working to engage you, your core's working. Just do a few palm punches. So you're reaching into this, trying to get your mid-back moving. Keep your tummy squeezed nice and tight, glutes working. Really push from side to side. Keep going. That's good. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Good, done. Okay, warm up done. So we're going to do 3 main sets today. First one, 6 minutes. We're going to do some dead bugs, some torso rotations, and goblet squats. Then we're going to go into a slightly more high intensity Tabata workout. Then we'll repeat the 6-minute workout, and then we've got a final Tabata workout to do. So today is just a little bit more high intensity than we do for a while, so I should get your heart rate up a little bit more. Starting with dead bugs, you either do full dead bugs or arms only, depending on how comfortable you feel doing them. Torso rotations, these are going to be standing torso rotations. So holding a weight, feet close together, almost touching, bum tucked under and core braced. I'm just going to rotate from side to side, nice and slowly, looking at the weight as you rotate. The heavier the weight you're holding, the harder this will be. And then the goblet squat. So again, holding the weight and just trying to get down as low as you can comfortably. So let's start with the dead bug. So it's about 50 seconds work, 10 seconds rest for this. You've just really got enough rest to move on to the next exercise. All right, get ready. So onto your back, into dead bugs. 2, 1, off you go. And as I said, if it's too much to start with a full dead bug, then start with arms only. We end up with 2 sets of these. So you can do arms only for the first set and then move on to a full dead bug if you want to. Depends on how quickly you're waking up, really. Keep going. So however you're doing it, make sure that you take your thumb down to the floor behind your head just to protect your shoulder. Keep going. Got about 5 more seconds. And then just torso rotations. 3, 2, 1. Up you get. So I'm going to go for something a little bit heavier. All I have is about 2 kilogram plate. It's a little bit light, really. So feet really tight together, almost touching. Make sure you've got your bum tucked under, core braced, and then rotate from side to side. So the aim of this is halfway between a core exercise and a mobilization exercise. So I'm just trying to rotate as much as I can from side to side, looking at the weight. I've got my arms tight to my body. I can see in the sunshine all the smears on my window from where the dog sits and looks down the garden. Lovely. I've also got the perfect imprint of a pigeon on my window as well. Might just leave that there actually. All right, 3, 2, 1. Then into goblet squats. So don't worry about depth. Chest height is the important thing here. Off you go. So it's slow and steady. Use this weight to push you down. So if you're comfortable getting a little bit lower, then go for it, but don't force it. Make sure heels stay down, chest stays up, slow and steady. Keep going. Well done. Good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, back onto your back. Dead bugs again. So if you started with arms only, and you want to try and move on to the full dead bug now, go for it. Okay, off you go. Oops, too close to my fan. Step. So if you're doing a full dead bug, really think about keeping your lower back pushed down to the floor. Back to your shoulders should be down as well. Well done, keep going. Five more seconds. Almost there, 2, 1, up you get. And then repeat those torso rotations again. So grab your weight, pull back to your chest, feet tight together. And then rotate from side to side. So it's quite easy doing this because of the way that you're standing to let your back really arch. So you want to really work on keeping your bum tucked under. Don't let your shoulders hunch, so keep your shoulders down, shoulder blades low. Keep going. So I'm just trying to rotate as much as I can from side to side. Well done. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And then goblet squats, but I'm not putting that down. I need to keep hold of that. Goblet squats again. So again, heels down, chest up. See if you can get a little bit lower into this squat for the second set. Off you go. Well done. Keep going. 15 more seconds. So this one should now start to bring your heart rate up a little bit. 5 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Good. Have a little rest, have a drink. Let's move on to this Tabata workout. So I need to use my timer for this. I'll just get this set up quickly. And I'll tell you what the exercises are. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, sorry, I thought I had this set up before we started, but it gives you a bit more rest. So. There we go. Okay. So we're doing 4 exercises. First one is just literally running on the spot. That's all you're going to do, and you can make this as high intensity as you want to. Then you're going to do a side to side with a crack. So you touch the floor, side to side jump, touch the floor, side to side jump. Then you're going to do straight arm plank with the shoulder tap. So you can either do a full straight arm plank, or if you want to make it easier, rather than dropping to your knees, I want you to use an incline. So if you want to make it slightly easier, use something like a bench or a chair. Don't drop to your knees. Then you're going to do a bridge just with your arms raised up above your shoulders. So the bridge will be arms up, rest on your heels. And it's quite a quick drop down and push up. So it's 4 exercises. We do each one for 30 seconds and you get a 15 seconds rest. Twice through, longer rest, twice through again. That's the order. So it's 4 sets in total. We'll get a 7-second lead in. So as soon as I press start, we get 7 seconds, but you're starting with jogging on the spot. So
starting your Tabata workout. Get ready.
she's quite loud. Let me just turn her down a little bit. You don't need to hear that.
Exercise.
Off you go, jog on the spot. Need to make sure that's loud enough for me to hear, but not everyone else. She's quite annoying. She can't say Tabata. It's Tabala. She's quite irritating. So if you want to make this running on the spot more challenging, then just a bigger arm drive, lift your knees higher. 5 more seconds. So we do get lots of rest after each one. That's 15 seconds after each set. Good, rest. So next one, you've got floor tap, side to side run. So the more vigorous you are, again, the more out of breath you're going to be doing this. 3, 2, 1, off you go.
Exercise.
Tap the floor, leap from side to side. Tap and leap. Good, well done. Good. So you only need to use your mat length. Five seconds. 2, 1.
Yes.
Rest. Good. I'm going to show you the first one using a raised surface, but if you don't have to, you can do it straight on the floor if you want to. Right, get ready. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. So it's shoulder taps. It's not good putting a vinyl bench in the sun, it gets quite sticky. I'm going to use the floor. My hands are sticking to it. So in that first set we did, when you were on your knees doing these, and I said to not worry about rocking, this time you need to really fight against the rock from side to side.
Yes.
Good, and then onto your back. So the raised arm bridge, you're resting on your heels, hands above your shoulders, and it's a really quick push up and down. Off you go.
Exercise.
So your bum is barely touching the floor. Don't rest on the floor at all. It's really quick movement up and down. Keep going. Five seconds. 2, 1.
Yes.
Back to running on the spot. So we have another round of this, then we get a longer rest. Get ready. 5 seconds. If you want to start the running early, you can. Off you go, run on the spot. Morning cough. I shouldn't do morning classes really because I sound so blooming unhealthy. My HRT cough. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Good, rest. Side to side crouch and run again. Let's move your weight out of the way because that's a trip hazard. That can get exciting. All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1. Off you go.
Exercise.
So try and really spring from side to side doing this. Get your inner thighs working. Two, 1.
Yes.
Rest. Straight arm plank again, shoulder taps. Get ready. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Off you go.
Exercise.
Keep your bum tucked under, core braced. So what I find when I do these, when I do the shoulder tap, my bum will come up in the air. I just need to drop it down again. Reset. Keep your core tucked under, bum tucked under. 2, 1. Good.
Rest.
Onto your back. Arms up, heels down. 5 seconds. 2, 1.
Exercise.
Off you go. So again, that light tap to the floor. Push up nice and high. So having your heels down and toes up might limit how high you can push your hips up, but just try and get your hips as high as you can. 2, 1. Good.
Rest.
So you get a minute's rest now. Hooray. Have a drink if you need it. And then we've got 2 more rounds of those exercises to go.
Recovery.
It is such a nice day outside. Spring, it's coming. Okay. Just over 30 seconds rest left. I'm basically now spending every rest period when I'm not doing anything with you guys, looking at the garden thinking, what can I do? What's the next job? A constant thought. I'm turning into a gardener at last. My mum would be happy. Right, 15 seconds. So we're going back to running on the spot again. You can start at any point if you feel ready now. Just start with the running if you want. Otherwise, we've got 5 more seconds. Get ready. 2, 1, off you go.
Exercise.
If you have the space, you don't have to run completely on the spot. You can move if you want to. A bit of variety. I've had a year of running on the spot now and it's starting to get old. It's a shame, it's such a useful thing to do, really. 10 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Good.
Rest.
Side to side, tap and run. 10 seconds. Again, if you want to start any of these early, this isn't the higher intensity set. This one should be relative, well, it should be manageable. 3, 2, 1, off you go.
Exercise.
Ten seconds. 2, 1.
Rest.
Plank. Get ready. 10 seconds. Sit down to the floor. You don't need to start early for this one. This is challenging. 2, 1. Off you go.
Exercise.
So take your time with this one. You don't need to rush through it. Ten seconds. 2, 1.
Rest.
And then you've got the raised arm bridge. So onto your back to get ready for that. We've got 1 more set after this. Okay. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Off you go.
Exercise.
10 seconds.
Rest.
Good. Right, got one more round of those to go. So we're going back to running on the spot again. So feel free to start straight away. 5 more seconds rest. One more set of these. So again, if you want to run around a little bit, keep moving, go for it. Well done. Good. So if you want to make this more challenging, push your heart rate up a bit more, really go for it. Drive your arms, bring your knees up, bigger movement. Three, two, one, good.
Rest.
Again, you can start straight away if you want to. Touch the floor, side to side. Off we go.
Exercise.
So try and bounce as much as you can with a side to side movement. Get a bit of height. Get the sides of your glutes working, inner thighs. 10 seconds. Then on to the last plank. 3, 2, 1, and rest.
Rest.
Woo, heart rate up now. 10 seconds. I'm definitely taking the full rest before starting these again. Almost there. 3, 2, 1.
Exercise.
Off you go. So again, I can really feel my hips coming up in between these movements. So before I move again, just dropping my bum down, tucking my tummy under. Ten seconds. 2, 1.
Rest.
Last bridge. So you can start straight away with this if you want to, on your back. Hands off shoulders, on your heels. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Off you go.
Exercise.
Well done. Keep going. 10 seconds. 2, 1.
Rest.
Rest. Okay. So we're going to go back to the 6-minute workout we did right at the beginning. Dead bugs, torso rotations, and goblet squats again. So dead bugs and the goblet squats aren't going to change. You're going to keep doing those, but the torso rotations are going to go down to the floor. So rather than doing a standing torso rotation, we're going to do a seated torso rotation. We're not going yet. We've got another minute's rest. So we're going to go for the same as we did last time. 50 seconds work, or thereabouts. Just enough time to change exercises. If you started with arms only dead bugs for that first set, then definitely go for the full dead bug on this one if you can keep your back to the floor. So we've got 30 seconds rest. And then seated torso rotations with a weight. Doesn't have to be heavy. Rotating from side to side. But the other two exercises are the same. So get ready, 20 seconds.
Workout reset.
Okay, get ready. Dead bugs. 3, 2, 1, and off you go. So I'm just going to reset this timer for the next workout. Right, keep going. 20 more seconds. Keep it going. So make sure that your lower back is staying on the ground. Really push it down. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and then rest. The torso rotations next. I'm just going to use my little weighted soft plate, only weighs 2 kilograms. Because you're sitting down, this is already more challenging for your core, so you don't need very heavy weight. All right, get ready, off you go. So again, keeping the weight close to my chest, really rotating from side to side. Keep going. So keep the movement slow and steady. I've got resting on my heels, toes up. Think about pulling your tummy in towards your spine as well. You want to keep your tummy working as much as possible. Five more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and then goblet squats. So like that first set that we did, use a slightly heavier weight. It helps to keep your chest up. It helps to drive you down into this squat as well if you're holding something a bit heavier. All right, off you go. And keep it slow and steady. Heels down. Lovely, well done. So as you stand up out of this squat, really push your heels down to the ground. Get your bum working as much as possible. Keep going. 15 seconds. Last few seconds, 5 seconds. Good, rest. Back to dead bugs. These don't change. Same as before. Just keeping your back pushed down. All right, get ready. 2, 1, off you go. Nice and slow and steady. As you extend your arm and leg, that's the point to really think about pushing your back down to the floor. Keep going. Five seconds. Good, 3, 2, 1, and then torso rotations. So if you're feeling it in your lower back at all, you're doing torso rotations rather than doing it as a standing movement. Sit down with your legs straight and rotate from side to side like that instead. All right, off we go. Whew. Really keep your tummy pulled into your spine. It will help you take some of the pressure off your back. Keep going. Almost done. 5 more seconds. And we've got the last set of squats to do. 3, 2, 1. Up you get. Grab your weight into squats. Start when you're ready. Last goblet squats. Good, lovely. Keep looking straight ahead. Heels down, chest high. Looking good, well done. Keep going. Almost there. We've got 10 more seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1. Well done. Okay. Little rest. We're going to crack on with the last set we're doing. So, we've got a similar cycle to that last set. We've got 4 exercises to go through, 4 cycles of them. So you do 2, then you rest, then 2, and then basically we're doing a cool down and stopping. So the 4 exercises are arm sprints. I do love an arm sprint. So sitting with your legs completely straight, core pulled in towards your tummy, arm drive. So when we do these, I'll get you moving without sprinting for a few seconds, and then when I say go, you're going to start to really move your arms quickly. Then a plank jack. So there's 2 options for this. If you're happy doing it, you jump in and out. If you're not happy with that, you can do it as a step out to the side. And if that's still a bit much, I'm just going to elegantly crawl over it. If that's still too much, then you can do it on a raised surface like that instead. So that's the plank jack. Then an ab cycle. So it's on your back, head behind your hands like that, keeping your elbows nice and wide. You're doing a quick leg extension, twisting. And then the last one is, a little jump squat. So I'm not expecting any depth with this. Landing about there, and then you're going to do a few punches, and then jump and punch. So get that last bit of homeschooling aggression out. Punch it out. So we're doing 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest, please. So it's a shorter work cycle. Right, let's get started. So again, we'll get a 7-second lead in. You can start sitting down.
Starting your target workout.
Arm sprints first of all. Okay, off you go. So when I say go, take this into the sprint and go. So you want to try and drive your arms hard enough that you can feel your bum bouncing off the floor. 2, 1, good. Plank jacks. So have a go with these. If you definitely can't do it, so it's hurting your back, then go for the step to the side. Go.
Exercise.
So the thing to do with this is to try and keep your shoulders over your hands. That will help keep your hips down. Rest. Ab cycle on your back. So when you're doing this, try not to let your elbows come in. So you're really
Exercise.
moving your other elbow back to the floor. Two, 1.
Rest.
Oh god, that burns a bit onto the plank jacks. And then jump squat punches. Small. Go.
Exercise.
So it's a small jump squat. It's more about the punch, this. When you're punching, really go for it. Try and use your mid back as much as possible. So I'm doing about 4 punches, but you can do more or less if you want.
Rest.
Rest, arm sprints. Back down again. And
Exercise.
go. So start moving. Just that big arm drive to start off with. And then start sprinting it now. Off you go. Really go for it. Good.
Rest.
Plank jacks. Over onto your front. So it's not as much work. The downside is it's not as much rest.
Exercise.
Go. So we've got to find that for this. There we go.
Yes.
Oh, ab cycles. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
So I'm twisting to the side. My other elbow is pretty much staying on the floor. I've got my fingers just under the back of my head to support my head so my neck doesn't hurt. Good.
Yes.
Jump squat. After this one, we're halfway through this last set. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
So you'll get 1 minute and 10 seconds rest after this. You've got time to have a little drink, but don't have too much because there is more jumping to do. 3, 2, 1,
Yes.
rest. Oh, grab a drink if you need it. Definitely have a drink.
Recovery.
Oh. Right, so we have this minute's rest, then we have 2 more rounds of the exercises to go. And then we've got a little cool down to do, and then we're done. So there's only, what, 4 more minutes of work really left. That's it, that's nothing. Almost done. 30 more seconds. So try not to stand completely still when you're resting, doing the workout like this. Try and keep your feet moving a little bit of active recovery, just that you're ready to start again in 20 seconds. So if you want to sit down, get ready for the arm sprints. We'll go to the same as before. A few seconds, just gradually leading into it, and then we'll go for the sprint. All right, get ready. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off you go. So
Exercise.
start that steady arm drive first of all, elbows back. 3, 2, 1, go. Really drive it. 2, 1.
Yes.
Good. Plank jacks again. Over into your front. Get ready. 3, 2, 1.
Exercise.
Try and keep your shoulders over your hands. 5 seconds. 2, 1.
Yes.
Onto your back. Up cycle. 2, 1. Go.
Exercise.
Well done. 2, 1.
Yes.
Jump squat. Legs are getting tired now. 3, 2, 1. Off you go.
Exercise.
Good, well then keep going. 1, good.
Yes.
Down you go. Last 4 exercises. Arm sprints first of all. 3, 2, 1.
Exercise.
Drive. And go, sprint. Last one. Really go for it. Fast as you can, try and get your bum bouncing off the floor. And 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Plank jacks, last one. Goodness, these are my least favourite, I have to say. Get ready. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
So protect your shoulder joints. Keep your hands under your shoulders. Almost there. 2, 1.
Yes.
onto your back, ab cycle. One, off you go.
Exercise.
Keep going. Five seconds. 2, 1.
Yes.
Up you get. Last one, jump squats. Perfect. And 3, 2, 1. Off you go.
Exercise.
Really go for it. Big punches. Nice, well done. Almost there. 2, 1.
Yes.
Rest. Perfect. Right. We're gonna have a quick drink.
Pause.
Let's get rid of that. So I'm just going to finish off with 1 minute of bridge with a roll down. So I want you to lie on your back when you're ready. Pushing your hips up nice and high. And then really taking the time to roll your back down to the floor. You can even take your knees into your chest in between each one and just hug them in if you want to. And we'll just do that for a minute and then we'll get a nice long stretch done. So hips pushed up. Roll your back down. Just really take your time to roll back down to the floor. And if you want to just hug your knees into your chest, that's fine. It's quite nice to do that little knee pull and just wiggle around a bit on your back. Keep going. Give it another 15 seconds. Good, just do one more. And then slowly roll over onto your front and get into chart pose. So start off with your feet together and your knees apart. Dropping your bum down onto your heels and then just pushing your arms forward. Take some nice deep breaths. And then just claw your fingers forward a little bit more. And then staying in child pose, take your arms over to one side and drop your head down again. And then take your hands over to the other side. Drop your head down, head down. And then put your hands under your shoulders, knees back in together, and push up into cat stretch. Just go for a really nice big stretch across your upper back, tucking your tummy under as well. And then tuck your toes under, push up, bum nice and high in the air. So try and get your heels down to the ground. If you can't, just bend your knees a little bit and then slowly straighten your legs and see if you can increase the stretch that way. Just drop your knees down to the floor. Ooh. And then I want you to face the camera one leg out to the side like that. So you're on one knee, one leg out to the side, keep it straight, and then try and get down to your heel. And depending on what your mobility is like, get onto your elbows. Now that's going to be too much of a stretch. Keep your arms straight. But if you can get down, you'll get a really good stretch on the inside of your thigh. Then change sides. Other leg out to the side. Drop onto your heel. Lower down if you can, or straight arm. Just do what you can. And then up you get. So now we're going to go into hip flexor stretch. 1 foot forward. Really tuck your hips under. Push forward. Keeping your torso tall. And then change the sides. So foot forward, bum tucked under, push forward. And then release. Glute stretch. So you've got two options for glute stretch. You can either do this as a straight arm plank, which is one I'd recommend, or you can sit. You can do the sitting one. Okay, change sides. Good. Hold it for a few more seconds. And then either do kneeling or standing quad stretch. I'm going to go for a kneeling stretch just because it gets into my hip flexors a little bit more at the same time, and I need that today. So however you're doing it, make sure you've got your chest high, bum tucked under as much as possible. That will get your hip flexors working more as well. Stop your back from working. Good, and then change sides. I'm actually cheating a little bit. I'm holding onto the bar next to me. I think that's cheating. Well done. Good, and stand up. So just going to do one more upper back stretch. So you're going to roll down, hands either side of your, just below your knees, and let your head drop down and pull in. Trying to feel a stretch across your upper back. And then swap your arms over and pull in again. And just let your arms drop down. If your legs are a bit bent, try and straighten them. And take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Dropping down a bit more. And again, deep breath in. Exhale. Do one more, deep breath in. Exhale. And then just bend your legs, slowly roll up. Stretching your arms up tall. And down. Well done. Good work.
That was a bit different.